We've just received some interesting insider information, and this time it's reportedly coming from a source with a solid track record. The drone being discussed is the DJI Avata 360, and from what we're hearing, it's shaping up to be something very different from a typical FPV release. Instead of focusing purely on speed or adrenaline-heavy flight performance, the DJI Avata 360 is rumored to be designed first and foremost with creators in mind. That distinction matters. It suggests that DJI could be aiming beyond traditional FPV pilots and targeting filmmakers, travel vloggers, social media storytellers, and even beginners who want dynamic aerial footage without the steep learning curve normally associated with FPV systems. According to the leak, the DJI Avata 360 may feature dual 1-inch sensors. That alone is a major talking point. In the drone world, sensor size directly influences image quality, especially in challenging lighting conditions. A dual 1-inch setup could potentially deliver significantly improved dynamic range, better highlight retention, and stronger low-light performance compared to smaller sensor action-style FPV cameras. If this turns out to be accurate, it would place the DJI Avata 360 in a unique category, somewhere between a cinematic drone and an immersive 360 camera platform. For creators who care deeply about color depth, shadow detail, and clean night footage, this rumored specification could be one of the biggest reasons to get excited. Then there's the video capability. The leaks suggest 8K recording at 60 frames per second in full 360-degree panoramic mode. That's not just a resolution upgrade, it fundamentally changes how footage can be used. Shooting in 8K 360 means you're not locked into a single angle during flight. Instead, you capture everything around the drone, and later in post-production, you can reframe, crop, pan, or simulate camera movements as if you had multiple cameras in the sky at once. This flexibility opens up enormous creative potential. Imagine flying once and deciding afterward whether you want a sweeping cinematic reveal, a forward racing perspective, or a dramatic orbit shot. The DJI Avata 360, if these specs hold true, could allow exactly that. Another feature that stands out in the rumor mill is DJI's flagship O4 Plus transmission system. Live transmission quality is often overlooked in spec sheets, but in real-world flying, it's critical. A cleaner, more stable live view makes it easier to frame shots accurately and fly confidently, especially in environments with potential signal interference. If the DJI Avata 360 truly integrates O4 Plus, pilots could expect a more reliable feed with improved range and clarity. That matters not only for professionals but also for newcomers who depend heavily on what they see in the goggles or controller display. A stable transmission system can significantly reduce stress during flight and improve overall shooting efficiency. What makes this story even more surprising is the rumored pricing. Sources claim that the DJI Avata 360 could start at $489 for the standalone unit, with a bundle package coming in around $680. If those numbers are accurate, that would be considered aggressive pricing in today's drone market. For context, drones with advanced sensors and high-resolution capabilities typically land at higher price points. By positioning the DJI Avata 360 at under $500 for the base unit, DJI would be signaling a clear intention to dominate the creator-focused FPV segment. It suggests a strategy aimed at accessibility and mass adoption rather than niche exclusivity. The flexibility factor is arguably the most exciting aspect of these leaks. The DJI Avata 360 is rumored to offer two primary shooting modes, full 360-degree panoramic capture and a single-lens cinematic mode. In full 360 mode, users could shoot immersive footage designed for reframing later, giving editors near-total creative control. In single-lens mode, the drone might behave more like a traditional FPV cinematic camera, delivering controlled, intentional composition straight out of the air. This dual-function approach could make the DJI Avata 360 one of the most versatile drones in its category. It would eliminate the need to choose between a 360-camera drone and a standard cinematic FPV platform, effectively combining both in one system. Safety and accessibility also appear to be central themes. The leak mentions omnidirectional obstacle sensing, which is particularly notable for an FPV-style drone. Traditional FPV models often prioritize speed and agility over automated safety systems. If the DJI Avata 360 incorporates comprehensive obstacle detection in multiple directions, it could drastically reduce crash risk. For beginners, this would be a game-changer. Learning FPV flight typically involves a fair amount of trial and error, sometimes resulting in damaged equipment. Enhanced obstacle sensing could make the learning curve far less intimidating. Additionally, the drone is said to include integrated propeller guards. That detail might sound small, but it reinforces the idea that the DJI Avata 360 is being positioned as beginner-friendly. Built-in guards protect both the drone and surrounding objects, making indoor or close proximity flying more realistic. For content creators who film in tight urban environments, around structures, or even indoors, that added protection could provide valuable peace of mind. Combined with omnidirectional sensing, it paints a picture of a drone designed to be forgiving rather than punishing. Taken together, these rumored features suggest a carefully calculated product strategy. The DJI Avata 360 doesn't appear to be chasing extreme FPV racers, nor is it trying to replace DJI's flagship cinematic drones. Instead, it seems to be carving out a hybrid category, a creative tool that merges immersive capture with practical filmmaking needs. The 8K 360 capability supports forward-thinking content trends, especially as platforms continue to evolve toward immersive media formats. Meanwhile, the single-lens mode keeps the drone relevant for traditional cinematic storytelling. Another interesting angle is how this product could influence post-production workflows. Full 360 capture at high resolution allows editors to simulate camera movements that would otherwise require multiple takes or advanced piloting skills. It can also help stabilize footage more effectively since reframing provides extra room for cropping and digital correction. The DJI Avata 360 could empower solo creators to produce shots that previously required larger teams or more complex equipment setups. That democratization of cinematic techniques aligns with DJI's broader history of making advanced imaging technology accessible to a wider audience. If pricing truly begins at $489, the DJI Avata 360 could disrupt not only the FPV segment but also the broader consumer drone market. Competitors would likely feel pressure to either reduce prices or enhance feature sets. For buyers, that kind of competition typically leads to better value across the board. The bundle option at $680 might include additional batteries, a controller, or goggles, though those details remain unclear. Even so, the rumored numbers suggest DJI is serious about making this model attainable rather than exclusive. Of course, it's important to remember that all of this is based on leaks and early information. Specifications can change before official announcements, and pricing details sometimes shift depending on regional strategies. However, the consistency of the reports and the credibility of the source add weight to these claims. If the DJI Avata 360 launches with even most of these features intact, it could represent one of the most compelling creator-focused drone releases in recent years. So the big question now is simple: are you excited about the DJI Avata 360? Do you see it as the future of creator-driven FPV, or are you waiting for official confirmation before forming an opinion? There's clearly a lot to unpack here, and we're eager to explore more details as they emerge. If you want deeper breakdowns, comparisons, or analysis on the DJI Avata 360, let us know your thoughts and what aspects you're most curious about. The conversation is just getting started.